Morning, Sarah.
Morning, Jean.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody out there listening today or tomorrow. Um, it is 11:11, so I feel really excited. It is Veterans Day, but I
I
really
saw 11:11 too today.
special dates, right? And it's 11:11:22. So if you add 11 plus 11, you
Mhm.
get 22. So that,
Magical day.
I know it's magic. It's
Mhm.
the magical day where we go from summer to winter in one day.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's what is it today? 45, 45.
Yeah.
That's 78.
Somehow, yeah, it was 80 yesterday. I don't know.
Yeah, classic.
So I'm here today. I'm Jean Favor. I'm a parent liaison with the Great Start Collaborative and Parent Coalition, and I'm here today with Sarah Mayhew, who is the Education Director. Is that your title?
That is my title, Director of
Education
Education.
Director for the Little Traverse Conservancy, who Little Traverse Conservancy has little in the name, but it's so big and so amazing. I just love everything that goes on in this organization. So we're really glad to have Sarah here today and to talk a little bit about what the Conservancy is and does and offerings that they have for families in the area and who can use those. So welcome, Sarah. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So if you just want to start out maybe a little bit about who you are, and maybe your team, who's working with you in the education department there, and maybe how long you've been doing this.
Yeah, sounds good. It's actually there's two Sarahs in our team right now, two full-time staff. We did hire another contract staff person this fall to help us out. Her name is Taylor. But myself and Sarah Cucci, she's the education specialist. I'm the director, and we are the education team as of right now. And I've been with the Conservancy. I started in February of 2011, and so I've been here uh, some years.
Yeah, like 11 years, right? We just did the 11 math, so we should
Yeah,
have
wow,
that.
yeah. Yeah, I started out kind of just trying to get my foot in the door of the Conservancy, doing contract work, and then got hired on full time in 2011. So I was off and on a couple seasons prior to that,
Wow,
helping out with snowshoe programs and some of the fall programs after I graduated college. But yeah, I've been with the Conservancy since then. The
excellent.
Conservancy's been around since 1972. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary this year, and this whole year we've been celebrating kind of where we started and where we're going. And so we had our big annual meeting this year that takes place in August, and it was really fun too. In every quarterly newsletter of ours, we've been focusing on a different department, like main
Hmm.
department of our organization. So it was fun to dive into the archives of education and how it's evolved over the span of really 30 plus years. We've had an education program in
Wow.
existence since the mid to late 1980s, which is it is one of the first, if not the first, education program for a land trust in the country.
That's pretty impressive.
It is,
I
yeah.
think just in general, I grew up downstate and I didn't like this didn't exist. Like there was
Mhm.
nothing like this. There were a few like parks, and places like that. But once we moved up here, and I was just like, there are thousands of acres of this land in like trust and available to the public, and like what a gift that was. So for 50 years of work, building it up to where it was, and having the education department, that's
Yeah, they had enough foresight back then to see that really it's the young people who are going to carry on, our mission and our organization. And we're starting to see that impact piece now because people who went through the education program in the
mm-hmm,
80s, kids are now parents with
nice.
kids who are going through the program, and they're now also donors and members of our organization.
Awesome. And probably volunteers. I imagine there's so many
Probably
volunteers
volunteers,
working in
yeah.
there.
So
Yeah.
it took about a generation, but we're starting to see that connection, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, I learned something today, so thank you. So you're talking about education program and programs and generations, and so tell me what does that even mean? Like, what is the education program, and what do those look like from the Land Conservancy?
Yeah. So our main focus is with schools, so pre-K through 12th grade. We cover 5 counties, so the Conservancy covers in the tip of the mitten, we have Emmett, Charlevoix, and Sheboygan County, and we also have Chippewa and Mackinac County in the eastern UP. And so we have a wide variety of programs that are age, grade appropriate, that also meet the state curriculum standards for various topics within those grades. And so, and all of our programs are free of charge. That's something that is really important to us, is to give back to the community in that way. That goes for schools and for our community field trips. And so generally how it works is that a school or a homeschool group, we had a homeschool group this morning actually, a school will sign up, or a class will sign up for whatever program looks of interest to them, and then we'll choose a location. Typically it's on one of our nature preserves, but not exclusively, but predominantly. And we'll meet them at one of our nature preserves and conduct the program out there. So it's a super fun, hands-on experience that we hope enhances their indoor classroom sessions.
Oh, that sounds amazing. So hopefully any teachers watching this that don't know about that option can
Yeah,
look into
yep. And
that.
you could go on to our, oh my gosh, I'm doing this Zoom right now, and one of our staff person just put a huge buck head in my window.
Oh,
Sorry,
of
you can't see
course. Yeah. You're
laughing.
not busy, right?
You never know what you're going to see around here. Yeah, if you go onto our website, which is www.ramtrust.org, and click on the education tab at the top, there'll be a drop down menu, and you just kind of follow the prompts. So it'll be our seasonal programming. There's a whole list there, and it shows you the education curriculum standards as well
Awesome.
there. And if there's any questions, you can always call the office and speak with myself directly. I'd be happy to answer any of those questions.
Awesome. So you mentioned those. So if you're a classroom, you can look into that. So you also mentioned community field trips. Tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about that.
Yeah, so every season we offer a wide variety of community field trips, usually somewhere between 5 and 10 different ones, just depending on who's interested in leading them as far as
Mm-hmm.
our staff goes. That goes beyond myself, our education staff, so we have a wide variety of um, skills and talents in our
Mm-hmm.
office. And so some people are really into, botany or birds, so we have a nice variety of offerings, and that's offered to the community. So adults, predominantly ends up being adults, but sometimes we will have ones that are specific to families. And all of those too would be on our website or
Okay.
in our quarterly newsletter. You can get the newsletter by becoming a member of the Conservancy. Then you become a member for the Conservancy for as little as $1.
$1.
So yeah, we try not to exclude people and have it be a hefty sum.
Mm-hmm.
So really, you just pop on our website, become a member, or give a call, and then you would receive our quarterly newsletter and electronic emails, e-blasts if you choose. And so you'll know before anybody else, that's kind of perk. Is you know what offerings are out there and what's
Nice.
available.
Awesome. Yeah, I've done a few of those before with I think we just went like there was this beautiful hike and we just walked around. There was a naturalist telling us things, like explaining the
Yeah,
trees and like, oh look, here's where you can see where some animals were. And we had our kids with us and they were totally into it and just taking that time to be like, it was educational, but it was really like just open ended and free and outdoors and we really enjoyed those. So awesome.
good. Yeah, I led one this fall. We did a women's specific fly fishing clinic.
Oh wow.
We've done a couple with everybody, but
Hmm.
there was a desire. A lot of women say, "Would you ever do something like this for women?" And we did. We did this great partnership with the Trout Unlimited. So a lot of times too, we'll do partnerships with other groups, other entities in the area, and we had to cap it at 20, and we did, and we had 20 people on a waiting list. I mean, it was just
Oh wow.
wildly popular, and it was a big success. So we'll do anything from like skills like that to snowshoeing to night sky, looking. We've done some partnerships with Mary Stuart Adams, who, is like the stargazing
Hmm.
queen in this area. Done a wide variety of things: wildflowers, mushrooms, biking, you name it. So all sorts of fun things out there for people.
Awesome. Yeah, I always forget to look and then I see the pictures like, oh, look what happened last weekend.
Mhm.
I'm like, darn it. It wasn't there. I should check my newsletter more. Um,
Yeah.
so there used to be. Is this was this a conservancy project? Did there used to be like a summer camp? Does that happen, or is it?
Yeah, we do. So yeah, like I was saying, like, I guess our bread and butter is the school programs throughout the
Mm-hmm.
school year, and that's how we really meet our whole service area
Mm-hmm.
and all demographics within our service area. That's very important to us. But we also do offer summer programming,
Okay.
and that's evolved too over the years. After COVID, I think we kind of had to pivot in the way we do several things. But what we used to do is have three different kind of age groups that we would focus on. We have what's called our knee-high naturalist program, which is ages three, it's at early childhood, ages three to
Yeah.
five, and then what we're calling our junior naturalist, which is ages 6 to 8, and then what we were calling our adventure naturalist, which was ages 9 to 12, and that was a little
Okay.
more adventure-based uh, types of subjects. So wilderness survival, mountain biking, kayaking, that kind of thing, and then everything else is kind of a little more age appropriate too. For the little guys, there's a lot of hands-on things and crafts and stories and all the things that would
Mm-hmm.
pertain to a certain topic. And then with the middle group, it was a little more like junior ranger kind of stuff with looking for bugs and doing
Right.
all sorts of fun things. Yeah. And we still do offer that. When COVID hit, we didn't feel that we could safely do the preschool
Mm.
thing, so we took a little break on that. But we actually resurrected that this past year. I'd like to continue to offer that early childhood age because I know that that is definitely a group that there's not a ton of stuff out there for them yet.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of day camps. And once you get in the older
Right.
age
You've got
bracket,
options.
yeah, there's just so many competing things. So I know that that early child is wildly popular, and um, we had pretty good numbers this summer. But I think people are just getting hip to the fact that it's back
Yeah.
now. So we hope to continue to grow that. And then what I did was take those other upper kind of ages, so like maybe ages like 6 to 12, and did what we called our Youth Explorer series or our Yes program.
Okay.
And that was a little more family style, kind of a hybrid between maybe different science topics and some adventure kind of things baked in there. And that's been pretty popular as well. We have tried to tap into the teens in that. I did what I call the TOSS program, the Teen Outdoor Skills Series. We did that for a couple of years, but the numbers it was challenging to get that
Trying to get
population.
the teens into it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just kind of like I said, it's just kind of been evolving.
Mm-hmm.
And we did pilot a day camp, and we're
Okay.
going to continue to bring that back as well.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. So the like the knee high naturalists and those the yes. So it's that more like a you come with your adult that comes with you and you do it together, and
Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, so it's not really a day camp
mm-hmm.
style. This is more of like an hour and a half program in the morning, on
Yep.
a weekday. Um, so I think that early childhood that is easier for
Mm-hmm.
parents to come during those days. Uh, Other times, it, I think just the way we had it configured on the weekdays was you tend to get more people who are up here vacationing.
Right. Yeah.
They have that time. So
So you can just pop in for those, but is that kind of
yeah,
how it? Okay.
they tend to range between an hour and a half to 2 hours in length, and all of that is on our calendar on our website. That goes out. That schedule will go out in our summer newsletter, which is usually early to mid June,
Okay.
and will also be available on our website.
Awesome.
And those programs are free of charge as well.
Awesome. So yeah, just
Yeah,
get signed up and
yeah. And with the early
show
childhood,
up.
we request that parents stay, but with the
Mm-hmm.
older kids, they're welcome to drop off and pick them back up. And
Nice.
the locations will range generally throughout kind of the lower Michigan, not the up UP.
Right.
Um, it's just hard to be everywhere.
I was gonna say because you're based in like Harbor Springs, Petoskey area with all the
Yeah,
staff. So yeah. So there's a
yeah,
lot happening in our area because that's where we cover as well. So we see
yeah.
those all the time.
But we do community field trips all over, in the
Right.
5 counties. And like I said, with our school program, we're up in the UP all the time too.
Right. That's
Mm.
I mean, just whenever you tell me about all the programs you're working on, all the schools I don't understand how you like actually have time. You must have one of those little time turners, like to get, because that's a
Yeah,
huge service area just
it's
driving from
I
here.
think of myself sometimes as a conductor,
Right.
how to fit it all together. Because we have so many
Hmm.
different different nature preserves, and we have,
Right.
prior to COVID, I mean, we have like 30 different schools in our service area that we work with to just kind of plug people in where it needs to happen, and we
Right.
make it all happen. We really do.
Well, and right, you're in the car
A
for
typical
2 hours, and yeah,
in a typical year, we see about 4,000 to 4,500 kids.
awesome. Yeah,
Hmm.
well, that is great. Hopefully, the word gets out. I mean, you're probably already like, are you booked? Are you like, is it? Do you have any?
Oh, yeah, we're just kind of wrapping up our fall season
Hmm.
now. I mean, I was telling you, I mean, it's 11/11, so I mean, most people in the fall like to get out when the weather
Right,
is a little more guaranteed nice. Yesterday we were out all day. It was absolutely spectacular. Who would
right.
have guessed? And today's still nice too. It's not raining yet or snowing, but um, typically our program numbers kind of start to dwindle down. This is kind of a slower time,
Hmm.
now until New Year's, and then we'll ramp back up after New Year's. But we still have several programs scheduled between now and then, and lots of availability. So if people are interested,
That's what I'm
uh,
saying. If you're willing to risk a little bit of weather, like now's
yeah,
the time to get signed up.
right. I mean, there's still a lot of beauty out there.
Hmm.
It's good to get out there and look for it and appreciate it. And just bundle up, be all
Right,
right.
right. Wasn't that the saying our moms always had? Like, there's no such thing as bad weather, just
Bad
like
gear.
bad gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, layering. Yeah.
That's when I had
Uh,
the like the bread bags over my boots or whatever. You're gonna get
right.
outside.
Yeah, and then after the holidays and on New Year's, we'll kick back off when schools resume, and in hopes that we have snow on the ground, and we have snowshoes, a ton of different
It's cool.
snowshoes for different sizes, all ages, and we do snowshoeing programs in the wintertime, amongst others. We also do wilderness survival programs where we focus on different skills throughout the year, shelter building, fire building, water kind of collection, purification,
Very
filtration,
cool.
wild edibles. That's wildly popular. And we also offer a intro to nature photography program.
Oh,
So
cool.
it doesn't necessarily all have to be on snowshoes. You know what I'm saying? And we do journaling. There's so many different things you
Right.
can do. Yeah.
Well, I will definitely put the email address in the comments here, or the website
Oh,
in the
great.
comments, so that people
Perfect.
watching this can plug that in. And I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how I forgot to like say this right at the beginning because I've been thinking about it. That part of like our partnership with the Little Travis Conservancy and the Great Start Collaborative and Parent Coalition has been putting up some talking is teaching trails, and so for those of you who have been to, I think did we end up doing 5 or 6? I've got them written down. Preserves, starting with McCune. We
Mm-hmm.
have some talking is teaching signs up around the trails, giving caregivers and their kiddos time to stop and kind of think about what they're looking at and doing some activities. And if you ever pull up the QR codes, yeah, you might recognize Sarah from her videos on there, which are all super great. So
Yeah.
we're just super excited to have that partnership, and we just got them all done. So check out our website, and that's where they're all listed. And they're great. These little videos about what you're seeing at the trail and connecting, and some ideas about what to do. So,
Yeah, little prompts for
hmm,
you. Sometimes, hard to maybe know what to teach your little one, or to observe. So yeah, I think it's our hope that those prompts and those videos will just get kind of hone in on your observation skills in that vicinity, and learn something along the way too.
yeah, and I think they have. We've had good feedback. I still do them with my kids who are like 9 and 11 now, but we'll stop and be like, "Oh, what color is the sky today?" And it's just a time to reflect and connect with each other and talk about
Sure.
what's
Or what
happening
are these
there
little holes on this tree? Or who
that you
carved
might not have
that?
even seen, right, until somebody
Yeah,
pointed them
exactly.
out to you. So,
No, I think it was a fun project, and it's always funny to be on your own, camera and the selfie stick, and kind of doing that kind of thing.
how
And
many takes do I need
hey,
to take? Yeah.
yeah, as it turns out, several. I have a whole new appreciation for the whole videography world. That's for sure.
That's your next class is how to take selfie videos. Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, we're super happy to have that partnership, and thank you, Sarah, for
Yeah, it's our
being on the.
pleasure. It was a beautiful thing, and I hope that the community finds it, you know, helpful for them too, to get their kids out there, and and hopefully get to some new places too
Yep.
that they can been to.
Well, and
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite things. I pull up my little app and I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
I'm here and there's land right here that I can go explore a little bit. So,
Yeah.
like, if,
Yeah, we do. We have a free mobile app, which is LTC, like Little Traverse Conservancy, LTC Explorer. And it's a free mobile app, and it's pretty cool because it shows you where you are geographically and what nature preserves are close by. Or you can search by activity that you want to do. Some of our nature preserves are groomed for possibly
mhm.
skiing. We have a couple that have some really nice mountain bike trails specifically on there, so that's a good resource for that as well. And so you can search by activity. All of our properties are open to the public.
So
We
even
don't
if there's no trail on there, can you still wander?
You still can, yeah, but when you look on our website and on our interactive map on our website, and if you pull up the app, they'll it'll tell you there's trails there. So
Okay.
a lot of them that are on there will have a nice there's a nice parking area with a trail system, and
Mm-hmm.
it's all really user friendly. A lot of whenever you come to an intersection, there'll be a number, tell you how to get
Mm-hmm.
to the next one. There's a
Yep.
map there. It'll truly just say you are here. I mean, it shouldn't be too intimidating. It's
I've
a good
never gotten
trail.
lost on a land conservancy property. The
Yeah,
trees are marked,
there's a
there's
trail
blazes.
system.
Yeah.
Let's be clear about that, because there are many that don't have trails, and
Yes,
if
with
you
the
don't choose
trails.
that, then that's on you. But yeah,
Yeah, find one
start
with a trail if you're not
start
ready
on
to
the
do
trail. Yeah.
orienteering, which you could learn through the
Yeah,
land.
yeah, we just did that. We do a compass program, so um, yeah, they're fun.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else that we didn't mention? You've got all these programs, your
Mhm.
schools sign up, you reach these kiddos on this 5 county area, everything's free. You've got a great staff working in the education department, you've got community events, you've got summer events for
Mhm.
kids. What else? Did we
We
miss
also
anything?
do, we have some volunteer, we have a ton of volunteer opportunities. If people are just interested in what we do, I mean,
Mm.
we could not do what we do without volunteers. We have over 200 volunteers that help with anything from our mailings that we
Mm-hmm.
send out to stewardship, because one of our, we have a couple of major departments within our organization. One is stewardship, which is the wise care of our land. So within 200 something nature preserves,
Yeah.
not we only have, a few staff that are in the stewardship department. They can't cover it all. So whether that's taking a chainsaw, or we heard that maybe a tree's down over the trail, or a bench needs to be fixed, or some section of a boardwalk is broken, that kind of thing. So we have a wide variety of volunteers that help on that, and we have work days, and that's sometimes two things that we'll post on our website as well, and in the newsletter if we have good work days. So that's always a fun way to give back too.
Mm-hmm.
If that's something of interest. And yeah, we also have what's called an eco stewards program, which is it's kind of a more like ecologically focused volunteer thing. So we have like um, might be bird boxes or bat boxes. So it's like more of monitoring, might be invasive species removal, that kind of thing. And we've had homeschool groups and school groups participate in that kind of thing as well,
Oh,
which is
fun.
great. So um, yeah, if you're interested in anything, you can pop on our website. There's a volunteer application that you can fill out, and it kind of will filter what interests you have, and then we'll go from there. We have Keisha Lesh, she's our volunteer coordinator. She does a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're just interested in what we do, we just love to have more the merrier. That's just how we operate.
Yeah, and
Good for
it's
everybody.
as a volunteer, it's very it's very welcoming and really well run and
Right, you're a trail
organized and
steward.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
every one of our nature preserves has its own steward. So somebody like yourself who maybe lives close by and you
yep.
walk there, so you're kind of our eyes and
Yeah,
boots
we
on the
just
ground.
my volunteering is going around and clearing the trail, and if something's broken that I can't fix, I tell you guys about it. So,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah. I mean, it's great. It's kind of neighborhood watch, right?
yep,
You're
yeah,
here to,
it
yeah,
is the neighborhood watch for the land conservancy trails, and our kids obviously can join in on that, which is super fun for them because they get connected with this land, and when you're
hmm
going back, week after week, like it's really nice to have that connection, and it's an excuse, a reason, I don't know, motivation to get out more. So that's been
yeah,
really great for us to be stewards for a
yeah.
trail.
No, thanks, Jeannie. Yeah, we appreciate that. It's a beautiful thing. It's a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
everybody has ownership over what we do, and it's a great organization. I love our mission, and very proud of our education program as well. It's a beautiful thing to get those kids outside. They're not getting it in school, and then they're not getting it at home. I'm not sure when they're ever going to get it. So we're really trying to instill an appreciation and awareness and a stewardship ethic in them that they can take forward on to wherever they end up in this world.
Yeah, I love it too. Well, thank you very much, Sarah, and
My
hopefully
pleasure.
everybody watching this now or later will head out and download the app if you got a phone to do that, or go to the website at
Mm-hmm.
landtrust.org
That's correct. Landtrust.org.
and find some land conservancy land near you and grab all your family and friends and go for a hike.
Yeah. Come on out to a program. Give us a call if you are a teacher or know a teacher or homeschool group, church group, whatever. We'd love to have you out.
Yeah.
Scouts, we do scouts
Ooh,
too.
it's
Hmm.
it's never ending. I feel like there's way more than.
Yeah, and we just started a partnership also about the last year and a half with local friendship center. So
Oh,
working with
perfect.
the population as well. It's just been awesome.
Well, I don't know how y'all do it. It is kind of magical and hard to understand, but I'm so glad it's there and so glad for you to come in and explain it to us a little bit today
Yeah,
and
on this magical day,
on this magic,
11/11.
yeah, magic day. Well, thank you very much, Sarah, and
My
hopefully we'll be
pleasure.
talking to you later.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks, Jean.
Have a
Bye,
great day.
everybody. Thank you. Bye.